Hello. If you've been watching the screen, you can see I've been typing out what we're going to cover in this tutorial this time. And this is going to cover how to create and manage references. Those in the academics most often are the ones so interested in these things. I don't know for me, but it appears those who were born before you will always think better or be on the lucky side. It makes it look like if you come from behind, you can't think like those who came before you. So once they were here before you and they thought of something before you came, once you didn't even see what they thought of before and you even think alike, you have to reference them. Look out and check if somebody has ever thought that, then you reference that person. Otherwise, you will be questioned. So it means if you are late, you are late. You can't come and think anyway similar to how Einstein ever thought. So you must always go back and say Newton did this. How about if you came as another Newton? Somebody will slap my video. Anyway, but this is how to use MS Word. I'm going to show how you can use MS Word. Don't go looking for any fancy bibliographic management software, Bentley or whatever Menley, those kind of things to manage your sources from which you got some information. So you acknowledge those as such. Word can help you in your reports to be able to manage your sources and actually be able to easily reference or cite those sources in your document, which can be updated and actually help you generate your sources in the sites in the sources area or works that were cited by your work too. So we're going to see how we can generate a database of those sources and manage it in Word, and then the style, various referencing styles that are available that you can utilize instead of having to remember where the authors and those whatever and how it should be arranged and be referred as a correct form of citation. And we're also going to show you how you cite, whether in text or whatever, they have those terminologies, and how to automatically generate a table of bibliography that is in the works cited section of your document. So somebody can have it as if a list of the works, earlier works by others that you have also found useful, that you decided to tap into them to come up with yours. So let's get moving. So I'm going to bring up, I think I had an earlier file that we used to do the tutorial on table of contents. So we can go and then get that file so that we can use it as a basis or as a sample document to demonstrate how we get our database of sources created and how we cite it, the references, and how we get to generate the table of references, right? So this is a sample document which we used in another video where we were learning how to auto-generate a table of contents, which is still having is how we came up with this table of contents, whereby you can actually control click and jump to the portions of your documents, which as a form of referencing a part of your document. So this time we are going to do the normal academic, or not necessarily academic, being truthful to yourself, that apart from me saying this, somebody else also said this, which I found useful to incorporate in my document. So just to dodge what they call plagiarism. Okay, so all form of academic honesty. Okay, so I'm going to use this document today. So if it happens there is an area here, a statement made here that is not originally mine, but I found that idea in another paper or some report, then that is where we can make that honest declaration by referencing wherever we pick that up. So, but first, let's see how we can generate a list of sources so that we can automatically be using them as we manage our document or create our report or whatever document it is. So as you can see, this is the area we are going to get that. You can see citation and bibliography. Citation and bibliography here in the references tab of my MS Word 2013, which I'm using. So here, to use that, you go to references tab, then you come to the subcategory of citations and bibliography. You can see here we have the option to insert citations. Now, because this document we have not already inserted, created a list of sources from which we can pick from, it means you have to already build that database of sources. Every time you pick information from somewhere, you make sure you get the appropriate information from that source. Let's say who wrote it, the authors, whether one man, it's a book, it's an article, it's the kind of document that it is, whatever report. Then you have to generate the sources, right? Or you can only put something in place there as a placeholder, which you are now later going to edit and put the appropriate information there. That's a placeholder for a citation. You can set that in the location where your mouse is. That's something you have set and know very well it exists somewhere. You later will look for the appropriate key information to come and modify the source that you have placed there. So you do a placeholder, which means that while you are going through your document, you definitely pick that up as a citation. This thing that is here, I didn't come up with it. It definitely has a source, but for now, I'm editing my document. I don't know. I will look for all the information to come and fix it, so you don't miss it. So, and then while you have finished generating that, you can always manage them through the manage sources. And then later on, before you start using them in the document, you can always switch between styles. Let's say you decide as you to be using APA style of referencing. and later on another person or the other authority that you are supposed to submit this says that your document should come in the IEEE, mostly for the scientists, science bias. IEEE, you want to use, that is what they want you to. These are various referencing styles. You have APA, Chicago, whatever, GB, some of them I've never tried to use them. So whatever the requirement, then you choose that to use as a style of referencing in your document. But a lot of the time I see people using APA anyway. But I like the IEEE. Apart from APA, my best is I like using the IEEE whenever I'm trying this out. So let's leave it as APA as a type of reference, right? So we're going to first generate sources. You can choose to click manage sources, and that's where you are going to organize your sources cited in your document, which you can later edit or remove. Some sources that you kept there and later notice you don't need them. You didn't reference them, so you remove it completely. You can edit or remove them. You can search for them inside there or even do a preview, right? So whether we go to insert citation, and because we have not inserted, it gives us the option to add source, new source, or we click the manage sources, we will still end up at where we can insert a new source. So let's try using the manage sources. When you click manage sources, you see something like this, right? So at the moment, I've tried before to add only one. This is when you click, this is how a preview of the APA citation will be like. That's in text. This is how it's going to be. And then in the bibliographic table that you generate in the works cited, this is how this particular source that I have added to the sources available in the master list. Usually Word keeps every source that you add into your computer in a master list. Then specifically, if you want to use it in one particular document, you select those that you want and add them to your right. You can see current list here. So if this, I can add whether science bias, social science, whatever, political, anything, the subject area, you can add all those into your master list. But you can now choose them based on which document you have open to work on. You add them to your list. So here you have the option, you copy it to the current list. That will be applied to your document. Okay. And then when you look down here, each of them that is cited in the document will be having a tick. In this current list, you will see a tick, a correct sign. That tick down there, when you add it, let's say you copy it across, it is now there available for citing in your current document. And notice it has still not gotten the tick attached to it. Okay, so it means it is there for use by this document that we are currently in, but it hasn't been cited anywhere in that document. So it will be there as that, nothing showing to its left as a correct sign. If it is the placeholder you have added that you will be updating later for it to reflect in your document, then you see a question mark on that placeholder waiting for you to later put in the appropriate information, right? So we are going to cite this in our document later on, so that we'll come back here to the sources and see how that is. Here you can search, and then you can actually also sort it, your list by author, by the tag that you have created when you are adding the, or by title, and then or by year, all that. So at the moment we have a paper or a document which you can edit later on again if you click edit, or you can actually delete it, and then if you are now adding a new one, you add. So let's add a new. Okay, first we'll go get some other. This one is a paper entry into the, these are the authors, the year, and then the title, and then those are the pages, and then whatever. So to actually look at how it was entered, go to edit and see that you have chosen what type of source is it. It's a journal article. The fields for the APA, the author or authors, they have many. So you click. If it's an organization, a corporate, then you type whatever organization that is publishing that paper here by ticking this, so the attention will be shifted from authors to corporate. But if it is not that, you untick and then you come back to that place in which you can edit the list of authors. So now the title it is having, you enter the journal name where it is being published, and then the year, and then the pages from which you tap that information from. So if you can, the information you are citing is from page 13 to 18. That is how it is stated here. Notice even down here, while your cursor is in there, it will give you an example of how you should enter your data in that, so that it will be shown clearly. There are more you can unveil or uncover, so that you can add by clicking here. There are more other fields that you can add if you so want to, but these are the basic you can add, and then it will be normal. But you can actually go ahead and say show more of the bibliography fields. So you see that is where I did, and I managed to add the year. And you can add, if the paper has the month, the day, and all that, show you add all that, right? All of that information will be available for you to add after you have downloaded, or you have picked. If it's a website, you state that the source is not, you state it there. You choose the type here so that you get the correct attributes that you get to enter or fields. So it is volume 5. So when you go back and look at how it's entered in the APA style, you see that 5 means that is the volume, and 13 to 18 means that's the page range from which you are getting the information from. Publisher, that is the publisher. When if it's some particular issue, you enter the issue number. For example, issue number 12, issue number 1, issue number, and then if there's a shorter title, you enter that. So all that apply. Those with the red asterisk are recommended that you fill them up. The rest are just there, but you can fill them if you like. The issue, whatever, subtitle, short title, standard number, comments, medium, year of access, month of day of access, URL, that is the web address from which possibly you picked it, and even the DOI, that is the digital object identification number there, which is uniquely used to identify it on the DOI site. That will forever always be there. So you enter that, and then you say okay, and this is also where you can enter a unique identifier of that source. This is auto generated, but I could have entered whatever I like myself, so that to use it to identify that. So that's how generally you enter the source information into your word document, your word, the database of your word. So it said the source exists in your master list and current document. Do you want to update both lists with these changes? If you did any changes, yes, the changes you will do. Let's say you added some more things. Otherwise, it's still yes, but that remains the same. So now let's look for, let me go into my computer. Let me just say add another new source. If there's a book, if there's a book, I also pick some information concerning this Einstein, wasted geniuses, something that I'm creating, and I reference some book. Then I have to write the book author here. So if the author of the book is there, you write that, and then the title. So let's say there is a book. This time we are referencing a book, not a journal. So the author is maybe one person who is John, maybe John Snow, some epidemiologist. Let's say John Snow, another popular name. So let's say John Snow, and maybe some title. Maybe take it that John Snow said that he wrote a book as a bore or water as a savior can also kill. Maybe say that that's a book title, a book written by Jon Snow, alright? Then year, some year, 1980 something, 88. And then the city where he, let's say, take this guy's example, Chicago, take that, and whoever published it, J2 J and J2G publication, right? Then that is something, that is a book, right? And notice the thing has generated a tag again for John, using some way of generating which you could edit to get the name that you yourself understand. But I allow it that way. Let's still show the more fields and then add some more stuff. If it is the book has a volume, you say volume 1. If it's from page 20, or if it's just page 20, you say page 20 to 22, right? That thing, and all that apply. You finish that information, you enter it. It has been entered. Yes, it is there and has been added to your current list as well. So now let's take these two, okay, and close. Now we have a database containing some sources. Now, wherever we are talking and it actually we tap information from that any of those sources we have entered, then we just easily reference that, right? So if we haven't done any references, let's say we haven't referenced anything yet from, though we have a database of all the sources, right? We haven't referred to any information from that uh, database of sources that we have done. So if I add another page, control enter, I want to have a table, I want to generate a table of works cited. Okay, this time when I come, I can see those very ones, some samples. So if I want to say bibliography, a list of it, automatic bibliography, works cited, any of these three styles that I want, I can choose. Okay, so let me choose works cited or references, any of them that you like. So look at the table. It's been generated of the current uh, works, current lists. These are the bibliography of current works. So if you go to manage and then say this guy, the first one, you want to delete it, it has been deleted, say okay, and come here, click just like we did in the table of contents where you can automatically update. If you update, notice it is no more part of the works that have been cited in these documents. So to release a document, a source from your list of bibliography works cited, you have to delete it from the site, the current list site. As for the master site, it's a list of bunch of sources that keep going in this your current computer that you can always cite. Oh, so now let's go back there and then add that guy, that source again by copying it across to our current list. All right, so we say close and then click at the top here, and then that is it. So this is our works cited automatically generated, and we don't need to remember how APA style version 6, the safe edition, we don't need to remember how the referencing style works. Yes, so you can see this these are the authors 1, 2 and 3, right? So and then the year follows before the title of the whatever article journal now, and then the number 5 is the volume of the journal article, and then this is the range of pages. Okay, that's how the safe edition of APA style looks like. That's how to correctly do the referencing. Look at that. Snow, abbreviation J for the first name, and then year, and then the title, volume 1, Chicago, and then that. Go back there to your sources. Any of them you want to edit, you edit, right? If you notice you didn't enter some information right, you go back, you can't find, you show all, and then you enter as required or you want it. See that it's all been entered, right? So you say okay, you like it that way. Right. Now let's see how we are going to do the in-text citation by inserting where we have talked that is coming from one of them. So let's go into the document. All right. Say at some point around here, I'm talking about, or I just spoke about this, and then I think this whole paragraph or some portions, the area where I have spoken, which is actually the idea was gotten from that source. I just click the cursor will be there jumping, then I go to insert citation. Now notice that this time we don't only have add new source and then add a new placeholder. We also have the list of sources that have been added into our database. So if John Snow, a book from which that we got this idea of to make your document look professionally produced, that whole paragraph or some portion, we put the cursor at the appropriate place close to the idea and say, we didn't say this. We tap this idea from John Snow, so we appropriately insert the reference, and that is that. So this is there automatically waiting. Then you can actually click to the side there. You can actually try to edit that. Edit the citation right from where it has been inserted. You can actually do the edit citation, edit the source, or even convert to static text. After you have, if you convert it to static text, then it means it will not be in a chance, it will not have the chance to automatically update each time it will not behave like you added it manually. So this could be useful when you then think the document you are finished with it and you don't need to have this difficulty of that one behaving in its own way. So you convert it to static text so it behaves like the rest of the document. But for now, it is, you can see when you click, that place is different from the rest of the text here. It behaves differently, waiting for you to pass through it. You can also use that same section in text citation too as a means to edit the citation or the source and do other stuff, update the whole bibliography or citation, right? So that's in a nutshell how we do the citation. So it means that if somewhere else this portion to or from some area here, let's say here, just the first from this coming, this point to the left coming, you have gotten another information from it, another source. This one is also there, you see. So you cite it appropriately. So our document is getting the citations in text or wherever. So you should know where to insert your citation. That's your only way. Insert it. Insert them wherever you have gotten some good ideas from. Just insert them. Alright, just insert them. If there was a placeholder, you know you will pick some idea and definitely you didn't say that, you know it will come. It has already been done there. Some works done in that area, but you can't specifically tell. You want to find that information later. Just put a placeholder there. Alright, put a placeholder there. Just put a placeholder. Let's say you see, place it here and say insert. This thing I didn't say, but I know there is some source that, so you say add new placeholder, right? Then that placeholder you can see your own name that can help you. Let's say talent with to something that will make it unique, then you leave it. So it will be there as a placeholder. So this is there with that tag. The tag will be showing as a placeholder waiting for you. So before, if you go to the to manage, you will see that there is a talent wasps, as I've shortened my width there. So which, after you have found the information you didn't have at the time of working on your document, you can always come back and then edit. Now that you are coming to edit, then you say, yes, I think I found some website speaking that had enough information as the main source I got this idea from. So you enter the author as Jamfi or something, some name, Jamfi K opener Kwejo, because Jamfi Kwajo, let me make it that way. This is how some people spell their Kwajo. And then, like some of my people always do, they name their Ashanti name style, Devon name, and then they now think that they are still proud to be Dagate, so they say Jamfi Kojo Dagate. Possibly the mother married an Ashanti, so we want to keep both. We added the Dagate to the end to remain the Dagates that they are. So let's take it. That is how this guy is. The author of the website is Jamfi Kojo Dagate. He's having some Ashanti background, so he then attaches Dagate to mean that I also have a Dagate. And so the website is www.k-talent hunt. Take it. This man wrote about some talent.html. That is, you make sure when it is actually referenced, it is actually followed. This URL this website is there. It's actually followed. You can get to the so this is a name of website. All right, name of web page. That is talent hunt. All right, talent hunting, and this one will be the URL. So let's say cut it, and then talent. That's the name of the website. Usually it's the title that will be in the talent hunting. All right, that's the name. And name of website. Name of website. That is ktalkshow.com or ktalkshow. Yes, you can take it like that. Yeah, you can enter, and then the URL that actually anybody can follow and get to the very source of information, or that the main website, so they can get there and find the information, any of them. So you could enter the talkshow. You don't need, and then you can actually also enter here. All right, that's the URL to the website. So now you say okay. All right, so we are now going to see that the tag that was there as a placeholder has been replaced with the appropriate information now. So you can now, if we should go to where the placeholder is, we didn't add the year, or see, we put some year. This is 2019. I'm doing this work. So let me just say I just found it. So 2019. So see that because it is being sorted by year, it's at the moment I added 2019, it quickly resorts. And now Tagati Gemfi Wejo with his talent hunting website is now showing at the bottom as it's being sorted from the earlier year down to the most current. So yes, and all of them, the three, have been cited. That's how come you now have take to the left side of each of them, right? When there was a placeholder, you saw the question mark. So now let's close and go and look out for the one that was placeholder written as talent something is now appropriately referenced. See that? So our document is now the way we want it. And the moment we change our mind, because we didn't generate all of this manually, we can actually, let's say we go back, let's go back. Okay, let me update this entire table. Yes, so now you have the works cited added to my table. Let me now use that one as the means of jumping to my works cited page. So now, and while I'm here I will have to update this again to get the list. Yes, so it's now having three references, three sources of references, well referenced according to the APA style. Now you want to send this to somebody and the person say, oh, I forgot. You were supposed to submit your document in IEEE citation style document. Your citation should use the IEEE, not any other type of style of referencing. Now, if you did that manually, then you have to sit down manually and no matter the size of the document, do that changes again. See how difficult your work will be. But with this, you just go back to this place and change to the IEEE, right? The moment I do that, my document changes. Look at that. Can you see how easy it will make your life with managing your references? See that? And you can actually go to the in-text as well and see it is all been changed to the IEEE style. Look at that. Look at that. This is the IEEE style, right? So that makes your work or referencing very, very, very cool. Okay, very easier. So wherever you want to do a referencing, you reference, you put your cursor there. Now this document is using IEEE. So anytime you insert another citation, let's say it's also coming again from Dagate, then you see that Dagate is 2. So each time you can go and see your document is really, really up to date before you share it. So that's it. And that's how cool, how easy it is to do. And once you take the pain to do the rightful settings in your document like this, nobody can make your work difficult later on by saying, oh, I forgot. they are human beings, you should submit your document in APA style. Oh, I forgot. You should make sure your document is in the Chicago referencing style or MLA style, whatever. Then you just, when they say that, you just laugh it off, and then within the next few minutes, you say, "Sir, Madam, I have just forwarded to you the updated version of my document. It's actually in the MLA format as requested," and you are gone. So you go back through your document, and when you do that, you don't fear that there will be some inconsistencies with the type of referencing. Look at that. This is MLA. Look at that. Snow. I don't like this style. So that's it. Thank you, and I hope you definitely get to benefit from this brief knowledge that can make your life easier, and you don't need to go get any software specifically meant for this, for just a simple report. So thank you, and have a nice time practicing this. It'll be helpful, I tell you. I'll be coming up with the next using footnotes as a form of referencing. Footnotes and endnotes, right? So let's see how you benefit from this. Thank you. Stop.